Tuned into markets at noon with me, Cheryl D'Souza. Along with me is my colleague Vinny Motiwala, and let's talk about earnings straight up. And earnings of Sun Pharma came yesterday during the market hours. We're joined by the CFO of Group CFO of Sun Pharma, CS Murlidharan. Good afternoon, Mr. Murlidharan. Thank you for joining us on ET now. Let me take the first question to you on your India as well as US business. Both of them have showed decent growth in the quarter gone by on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Could you tell us what exactly aided the performance for both of these businesses in the quarter gone by?
So, India did record a stellar growth of 26% year-on-year in the quarter. This growth we have witnessed across the segments. It's driven by a combination of various factors, improved demand for non-COVID treatments, growth driven across acute, chronic and semi-chronic segments, coupled with peak monsoon season also leading to higher demand for anti-infectives, cough and cold medications. This strongly reflects our brand equity and overall contribution across the segments which has led to this growth as far as the India business concerned. As far as the US business concerned, we have indicated that the US business has grown year on year, the specialty business, and the generic also has performed well. The growth is driven by a combination of new launches and better supply chain management in the US business.
Mr. Murlidharan, this is Vinny also joining in. So, I just want to talk a bit more about the specialty side. Will the specialty business continue to drive the growth for the company going forward?
So we have seen traction in the specialty business. Every quarter we are seeing momentum positively. ILMIA has grown both year on year and quarter on quarter, and we have seen growth in other specialty products also in the current quarter, and we expect this momentum to perform well. However, as shared in the earnings call yesterday, the Q2 is somewhat a soft quarter for the dermatology segment in the US, and more importantly, we are also seeing some surge in the COVID cases in the US during the current quarter. So keeping this certain uncertainties in mind, barring that, we expect to gain momentum and continue our focus in building the prescriptions for our core specialty products.
Right, Mr. Murlidharan. Let's talk about your margins. They were strong in the quarter gone by, but do you think that they will sustain going ahead given the R&D cost levels? They are likely to inch up in coming quarters. So what's your outlook for the margins going ahead?
So we have said that there were some spillover of some clinical studies to the subsequent quarters that saw some reduction in the R&D. However, as the margins are concerned, one, it's driven by the strong top-line growth across all geographies and markets, coupled with focus on cost and efficiency in operations has led to the expansion of margins overall. However, in terms of, as you know that during these uncertain times, Pankaj, we are not giving any guidance. However, if you look at the last 4-5 quarters of EBITDA margins, we are trying to trend and maintain around 25% plus, and our efforts will continue. We also said in the past that the expenses will inch up as we see normalization of operations happening across various geographies. However, we also said in our earnings call that as and when the full normalization occurs, we do not expect the expense levels to go and reach to the pre-COVID levels typically. As a result, we would like to maintain and find ways of improving the margins through efficiency and a higher growth in our key focus markets.
Right, Mr. Murlidharan, surely cost efficiencies are working well for the company, but I want to just talk about is, specialty business you said is gaining, you will be gaining momentum there, and you have been investing in the specialty business. So, has it started to pay the dividend from now on?
The specialty sales growth, we have been maintaining that our focus continues, and you have seen that we are trying to build a portfolio with the recent addition of Winlevi in the US. It's a continuous journey, And you're also aware that some other products are also in various phases of clinical trials. So we are in investment phase. Some of the products are also gaining momentum, and as and when each of those products achieve the peak sales, you will see continuous improvement in the overall performance of the specialty business, which will reflect in the overall group results.
Right. Mr. Murlidharan, let me talk about your India business in particular. And in your India business, most of your therapies have seen actually high growth. So could you fill us in with more details on that particular end, particularly your India business and the therapies?
Yes. As I said, that the growth is broad-based across most of the segments in which we participate in the market. In fact, the demand for non-COVID treatments is the one which has given the growth. Strong presence in both acute, chronic, and semi-chronic or contributed to the significant growth in India business. And you also seen that the market also performed well. And our aim is to try and do much better than the market in India. And then you're aware that we have added field force in a year back, and that is also started slowly contributing to overall improvement in the top line.
Sure, sir. And I just want to talk about one thing is that the pricing pressure in the US business. Can you talk about that? Is it back? And has the supply actually resumed over there? What is the current status?
As far as the US generic market is concerned, we like to maintain that it continues to be highly competitive. Pricing in the US generic market is always very product specific. So it will be very difficult to give any a particular guidance or a single number for price erosion. What we continue to focus is on making high quality products available at the right place at the right time. That's one of the things we shared yesterday, that effective supply chain management has really helped us to do well in the generic space.
Mr. Murlidharan, let me talk about the US FDA inspections. Do you anticipate that the physical inspections for plants will start anytime soon? No doubt we've seen delay in most of these inspections due to COVID-19.
In terms of on account of global pandemic associated travel restrictions, you are aware that the planned inspections, not only with Sun, for many other pharmaceutical companies have been delayed. However, in specific to Sun, we are awaiting further notice from the FDA for re-inspection. And as and when the things normalize, we do expect the regulators to have a physical inspection of various sites of other pharmaceutical companies, including Sun, in the coming times.
And before we let you go, sir, could you highlight on, what you think about the Indian pharma export? Will this increase in the post-pandemic world for India after, a great show that we're seeing coming in for all drugs during the crisis? So what is your take on that?
I think the global pandemic, not only for India, I would say that globally, various countries will have to go back to the drawing board and look at their healthcare infrastructure and the healthcare budget. That has come out very clearly. And as consciously many of the governments start looking at their healthcare infrastructure and healthcare budget, that should in turn consequently help in improving the overall healthcare availability, access and reach to the various patients available across the globe, which in turn I think the various pharmaceutical companies will put their best foot forward to make the products available in the various markets and so that we are able to meet the unmet needs.
Right, Mr. Murlidharan, thank you. We leave it at that. Thank you for joining us on the show, giving us